Namaskar, I'm Suruchi Das and you're watching Rhythm News. The issues which once seemed bigoted and communal to even imagine are slowly taking shape. Threats are becoming more common, intolerance becoming apparent on the face. Mohammad Jasimuddin Rahmani, a known terrorist and leader of the Ansarullah Bangla team associated with Al-Qaeda, who was imprisoned under Sheikh Hasina's regime in Bangladesh, is now a free, proud citizen of the country. After his recent release under the interim government of Muhammad Yunus, Rahmani's extremist views are resurfacing and finding resonance among fringe elements with similar radical ideologies. In his latest stint, Rahmani has issued a direct challenge to India's unity. In a viral video, Rahmani, leader of the Ansarullah Bangla team, called on West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee to liberate Bengal from Modi's rule and declare its independence. He further threatened to dismantle India with the potential support of China, eyeing the strategic Siliguri corridor, the chicken's neck that connects India's northeast. Rahmani's release under the interim rule of Muhammad Yunus has only emboldened his anti-India rhetoric, which is gradually pivoting into something more drastic. The matter here is not about a single entity, but the idea he's disseminating. The ideology which he's echoing is a sentiment which is shared by millions of citizens who live in India, who earn their daily bread, are benefactors of hundreds of facilities which are being provided by the government, but wish to see a desecrated and fragmented India. Rahmani's call is an encouragement to all of them. The involvement of Muhammad Yunus, who's now holding a significant influence in Bangladesh politics, adds to this dangerous equation. Yunus, long known for his ties to extremist ideologies, released Rahmani from jail, signaling a clear alignment with terrorist groups like ABT. Yunus's supposed humanitarian image is overshadowed by his actions, which actively support terror-linked individuals, proving his alliances are far from innocent. Rahmani's call for raising Islamist flags in Delhi and seeking Pakistan and Afghanistan's assistance to liberate Kashmir needs to be eradicated from the roots. Mamata Banerjee's silence in the face of these open threats is alarming. Her refusal to condemn such radical ideologies only strengthens the perception that she is complicit, pandering to extremist elements for political gains. Her previous reiterated calls of welcome to Bangladeshis to India was an invitation. This is not the first time Banerjee has been accused of playing with fire by appeasing radicals. Her policies of shielding separatists and ignoring national interests have led to growing concerns about her commitment to India's unity. Mamata Banerjee's leniency towards radicals like Rahmani underline her dangerous priorities. Rather than standing up for India, she manipulates public sentiments. She touts for Bangla and not for Bharat, failing to see that Bengal, is also Bharat. As India watches, it is becoming clear that this unholy alliance between Rahmani, Banerjee and Yunus is a direct threat to nation stability. The question is no longer about isolated incidents. It's about a deliberate, ongoing effort to weaken India from within. This is a time for reflection and, more importantly, action. If leaders like Mamata Banerjee continue to support and shelter radical elements, the consequences for India could be catastrophic. Jai Hind.